You don't lose because you're weak. You lose because people understand you too easily. They know when you're nervous, when you're trying too hard, when you want something, and the moment someone understands you, you lose your advantage. Most people think becoming like Ayanokoji means being cold, silent, emotionless. That's not true. He feels everything. He just doesn't let it show. He doesn't chase attention. He doesn't try to prove himself. He doesn't react without thinking. And that's why he stays ahead. Not because he's stronger, but because he's harder to read. If you really want to become like him, you don't need to act different. You need to think different. In this video, I'll give you 8 steps to make you harder to understand, harder to influence, and harder to predict. Step 1. Stop seeking attention. The first mistake people make is chasing attention. They want to be noticed, so they talk more, show more, try harder. But the more you show, the easier you are to understand. And the easier you are to understand, the easier you are to influence. Ayanokoji doesn't try to stand out. He blends in, not because he lacks ability, but because he chooses when to be seen. Stay unnoticed, not invisible, just not obvious. Step 2. Create a pause. Look at yourself. Something happens. You react instantly. Someone speaks. You respond immediately. And in that moment, you reveal everything. Now change one thing. Don't respond immediately. Pause for 2 to 3 seconds. Let the moment settle. Ayanokoji never rushes. He waits, observes, and then decides. That small pause separates you from everyone else. Step 3. Observe more than you speak. Most people talk to express themselves. He talks to understand others. When you speak too much, you give information. When you stay quiet, you collect it. Start noticing how people speak when they hesitate. When their tone changes, people reveal more than they realize. Listen more than you speak. Silence is awareness. Step 4. Stop trying to impress. Most people want approval. They want to be liked, so they change themselves to fit others, and slowly, they lose themselves. Ayanokoji doesn't try to impress. He doesn't care what others think, because he's not performing. Stop trying to look good. Focus on staying steady. When you stop seeking approval, you become harder to influence. Step 5. Think ahead. Most people act based on feelings. He acts based on outcomes. Every word, every action has a purpose. Before you do anything, ask yourself, what will this lead to? When you start thinking ahead, you stop making impulsive decisions. Step 6. Build internal stability. Your biggest weakness is not the outside world. It's your internal state. If small things disturb you, you lose balance. If people affect you, you lose focus. Ayanokoji remains the same, no matter what happens. Train yourself to stay steady, not perfect. Just steady. Step 7. Reduce your responses. You don't need to respond to everything. You don't need to prove a point. You don't need to win every situation. Sometimes, doing nothing is the smartest move. Most people think silence is weakness, but silence can give you the advantage. Choose carefully when to respond. Not everything deserves your energy. Step 8. Become unpredictable. People feel comfortable when they understand you, when they can predict you. That's why they test you, push you. But when they can't read you, they hesitate. Ayanokoji is unpredictable, not random, just not obvious. Don't be easy to define. Sometimes respond, sometimes don't, sometimes speak, sometimes stay silent. When people can't predict you, they can't influence you. Becoming like Ayanokoji is not about copying behavior. It's about understanding one thing. You don't need to show everything. Most people are open books, easy to read, easy to influence. But when you become difficult to read, everything changes. People start watching you more, but understanding you less. And in that space, you gain the advantage. And in the next video, I'll show you something deeper. How to influence people without saying much. If you want that level, subscribe to Ayanokoji.